Good day, everyone. Today we see something called Boolean postulates and rules. A postulate is something that you can accept without proof at all because it is that obvious, obviously. So Boolean postulates and rules list out some rules dictated in the Boolean domain in order to simplify complicated expressions. Why would you want to simplify complicated expressions? Suppose I have an expression like a plus ab, a function called a plus ab. How would I construct the circuit for this? For this, I have to give an input A and then I have to give an OR gate for the plus sign. Plus sign means there's an OR gate plus AB. The second input is AB. That means A and B. This is AB. This is AB and this is A. And then you have to OR them together. Okay. So even if you don't understand the circuit, this is the circuit that has to be constructed in order to obtain the function A plus AB. You see that you have so many wires here and you have an AND gate and an OR gate. In the place of this, if I say that this can be simplified and F can be made equal to A, which means A plus AB is equal to A. If that is true, A is a simple wire. You do not need to construct all these gates and all these wires. All you have to do is place a connection wire there. This sort of simplification is possible having knowledge of some rules and postulates in the Boolean domain. So it all boils down to this. Having knowledge of postulates and rules helps us to reduce complicated expressions into smaller ones, and smaller expression means smaller circuits. Smaller circuits means smaller area and faster circuits. This is why we need to learn the postulates and rules in the Boolean area. Okay. Let's go right down into the Boolean laws that we need to know. These are the laws listed out here. I have circled these three because these might be familiar to you guys. The words commutative, associative, and distributive are familiar with respect to mathematics subject. But in this case, we are going to dictate some laws as commutative, associative, and distributive, and they look like this. Commutative is AB is equal to BA, which means that the order in which you AND two variables does not matter. These are called Boolean variables. A is a Boolean variable. B is also a Boolean variable. If you AND A and B, and if you AND B and A, both of them result in the same thing. It does not matter. And that is what commutative law tells us. In the same way, this can be written in the OR form. That means you do A plus B, and that is equal to B plus A. The order in which OR is performed does not matter. In associative law, AB is in parenthesis and C. That is the same as A being outside the parenthesis and BC being inside the parenthesis. Both of them mean the same results. You can also do the OR logic of this. Instead of AND, here you have OR. So A or B in parenthesis or C is equal to A or B or C in parenthesis. Look at the distribution law. A or B and C is equal to, you can distribute B and C along with A. It becomes A or B and A or C. Remember that the laws in Boolean algebra are different from that in mathematics. For example, let us now look at these laws, that is identity, null, idempotent, and inverse law. In case of mathematics, A into A, if A was any variable, A into A would be equal to A square. In our case, A and A is equal to A itself. This tells us that the world of mathematical algebra and Boolean algebra is quite different. So remember to apply the Boolean laws and postulates carefully when you get a Boolean expression. So these are the laws listed out here. Identity law states that ANDing of 1 and A gives you A itself, and OR of 0 and A, that means 0 plus A, is equal to A itself. So the identity A is retained in these cases. There are two forms, AND form and OR form. Same goes for null law. You have two forms. When you do 0 and A, it becomes a 0. That means the effect of A is nullified. Here also, when you do 1 or A, the effect of A is nullified and you get 1 itself. In idempotent law, A and A is A itself. A or A is A itself. In inverse law, when you AND A and its inverse, the result is 0. But when you OR A and its inverse, the result is a 1. Let us look at the absorption law, the one just about De Morgan's law. In absorption law, you see that A and A plus B is resulting in A. The A is observed. The final one is De Morgan's law. In De Morgan's law, it is the conversion of AND into OR. That means if you have A and B whole bar, you can convert it into OR logic, that is A bar plus or B bar. So AND is converted into OR, dot is converted into plus. If you want to convert it vice versa, that is becoming A plus whole bar is equal to A bar dot B bar. This is a very important law that we use very often because we need to convert between dot and plus often. If you really want to prove these laws, we can use the table. That means you fill out the table for A and B values, the possible values are 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. If you want to fill it out, you do A or B first. Perform the operation A or B. 0 or 0 is 0. 0 or 1 is 1, 1 or 0 is 1 and 1 or 1 is 1. If you do it the other way around, that is B or A, it becomes 0 or 0, 0 itself. 1 or 0 is once again 1 itself. 0 or 1 is equal to 1 itself. Correct. 1 or 1 is 1 itself. Therefore, these two columns match, and therefore I can conclude that A plus B or A or B is equal to B or A. This is how we could prove it if you really want to know whether they are the same or not. It can also be done for the AND form of the commutative law, that is A and B or B and A. Both of them turn out to be the same. In this manner, we can prove each of the laws if we really want to find out whether they are the same or not. Let us work out a few examples and see how the simplification works for us. Suppose you have a function equal to A or AB. A or AB, A can be written as A dot 1 by the identity law. Therefore, we write A as A dot 1 or A and 1. Let us take A outside. This is by the distributive law. A or 1 plus B. We take A outside. What is 1 or B? 1 or B is 1 itself. This is by the null law. Now what is A and 1? A and 1 is A itself. This is by the identity law once again. And there you have it, the function A plus AB is equal to A. In the similar manner, we can prove the other two also. Look at the next one, A plus A bar B is equal to A plus B. Here we use A, you can take it as a single one, and A can be expanded as A plus AB. By absorption law, A is equal to A plus AB. Thus, this is done. The next step is A plus AB. The parenthesis can be removed because either way by associative law, the parenthesis does not make a difference. Therefore, I write it as A plus AB plus A bar B. The next step, what I do is I expand this part. That is, I could regroup it actually. I can regroup it like this because of distributive law. That is, A can be taken out common and B plus C is inside. The same way here B is taken out common and A plus A bar is inside. What is A plus A bar? A plus A bar, according to our Boolean postulates and rules, is 1. That is A plus 1 and B. What is 1 and B? 1 and B is by identity law, it is equal to B. That is equal to A or B. And thus the right hand side. A plus A bar B is equal to A plus B. A or B. The third one is A plus B and A plus C. When you expand that, you get A and A plus AC plus BA plus BC. A dot A is A itself. B and A is A and B itself. And that is by commutative law. A can be written as A and 1 by identity law. And once again, you can regroup this. That is, take A outside by distributive law. A and 1 or C. What is 1 or C? 1 or C is, by null law, it is 1 itself. Therefore, A and 1. AB plus BC is written as such. And A and 1 is once again A itself because of identity law. A or AB plus BC. AB plus BC as such. Now let us put the parentheses like this. By associative law, I can put the parentheses anywhere. That is A or AB or BC. A or AB is A. And thus we get A or BC. That's all for today. You can work out more problems. Thank you.